What if I told you that you could control a narcissist without them even realizing it? Sounds impossible, right? But with the right psychological tricks, you can subtly guide their actions, protect yourself and regain your power, all without triggering their rage or suspicion. Stick with me until the end, because these strategies are backed by psychology and will change how you deal with a narcissist forever. Number 1. The reverse psychology trap is a clever mind game that lets you control a narcissist by making them believe they are acting on their own free will, when in reality you are leading them exactly where you want. Narcissists despise being told what to do because it threatens their sense of superiority. However, they also have an overwhelming need to prove others wrong and assert dominance. This is where reverse psychology becomes a powerful tool. Instead of directly asking or demanding something, you subtly suggest the opposite to trigger their defiance. For example, if you want them to take responsibility for something, you might say, "I doubt you'd care about handling this, you're probably too busy with more important things." Their natural instinct to protect their ego will push them to prove you wrong, making them take action without realizing they've been manipulated into doing exactly what you wanted. This tactic works exceptionally well because narcissists are driven by competition and superiority. If they think you believe they can't or won't do something, their ego compels them to prove otherwise. You can also use this to make them agree to things they would normally reject. Instead of insisting you should apologize, say, "I know you'd never apologize, you're way too proud for that." Their need to contradict you can actually lead them to apologize just to defy your expectation. The beauty of the reverse psychology trap is that the narcissist never realizes they are being influenced. They believe they are making independent choices, when in reality you are guiding their behavior. This method allows you to gain the upper hand without direct confrontation, turning their arrogance and stubbornness into a tool you can use against them. Number 2. The illusion of choice is a brilliant psychological strategy that allows you to manipulate a narcissist's decisions while making them believe they are in full control. Narcissists hate being told what to do, as it challenges their sense of superiority. However, they also have a deep need to feel like they are making the decisions in any situation. The trick is to present them with 2 or more options, both of which lead to the outcome you desire. This way, they believe they are in control while, in reality, you have already predetermined the result. For example, instead of saying, "You need to call me back," you can say, "Would you rather call me tonight or tomorrow morning?" Either way, they are still calling you back, but now they feel like it was their decision rather than something forced upon them. This subtle tactic eliminates resistance and prevents them from reacting defensively, as they don't recognize they are being controlled. This strategy works because narcissists prioritize their sense of autonomy and dominance over logic. If you demand something outright, they will instinctively push back just to assert power. But when you give them a structured choice, they focus on making a decision rather than rejecting the request itself. You can use this in everyday interactions. If they tend to avoid responsibility, ask, "Do you want to handle this yourself? Or should I let someone else take over?" They will often choose to do it themselves just to protect their ego. The beauty of the illusion of choice is that the narcissist never realizes they are being influenced. By letting them believe they are in charge, you remove their urge to resist, making them unknowingly follow your plan while feeling like the one in control. Number 3. The "You're so special" tactic is a powerful psychological tool that allows you to subtly manipulate a narcissist by feeding their insatiable need for superiority and uniqueness. Narcissists thrive on feeling different, better, and more important than others. By carefully crafting your words, you can shape their behavior without them realizing they're being controlled. Instead of giving generic compliments that they might dismiss, you need to make them feel exclusively superior. For example, instead of saying, "You're a great problem solver," say, "Most people struggle to handle situations like this, but you always see solutions no one else does. That's what makes you different." By tying their ego and identity to a specific behavior, you encourage them to repeat it, thinking it's a part of who they are rather than something you want them to do. The more they believe they possess a rare quality, the more they will go out of their way to live up to it. This tactic is highly effective because narcissists are obsessed with maintaining their image of superiority. If they think a certain action makes them stand out from the crowd, they will keep doing it, often without realizing they're following your lead. For example, if you want them to be more considerate, say, unlike most people, you actually have a rare ability to understand others. That's why people respect you so much. Their need to protect their status will push them to behave accordingly. The "you're so special" tactic works because it doesn't trigger their usual resistance or need for control. Instead of feeling manipulated, they believe they are simply being their exceptional self, while you are the one silently guiding their behavior. Number 4. The grey rock disguise is a psychological strategy that involves becoming as emotionally neutral and unremarkable as possible in order to stop a narcissist from feeding off your reactions. Narcissists thrive on drama, attention, and emotional reactions, whether they are positive or negative. They are constantly searching for validation, and they will use any emotional response from you to fuel their ego. By adopting the grey rock method, you essentially blend into the background, becoming emotionally dull, uninteresting, and unresponsive. When they try to provoke a reaction or create drama, you give them nothing to work with. For example, if they start a confrontation or attempt to get an emotional rise out of you, you respond with short, non-committal answers like "I see" or "okay," and avoid engaging further. This creates a psychological void where they can't find the emotional fuel they crave, and as a result, they lose interest in targeting you. This tactic works because narcissists are addicted to attention, and they will quickly lose interest if they can't provoke a reaction. When you give them nothing emotionally, no anger, no sadness, no excitement, you disrupt their usual pattern of control and validation. It forces them to either seek attention elsewhere or, more likely, leave you alone altogether. The grey rock disguise is incredibly effective because it makes you appear so emotionally unengaged that the narcissist will start to see you as a non-threat or as boring. Over time, this lack of engagement can make you less of a target for their manipulations, and they may stop trying to manipulate or control you. The key is to remain calm, composed, and emotionally detached. By doing so, you protect yourself from the narcissist's toxic behavior without directly confronting or engaging with them. Number 5. The mysterious advantage strategy is a psychological technique designed to create a sense of intrigue and unpredictability that makes a narcissist feel both drawn to you and slightly off balance. Narcissists have an overwhelming need to feel in control and superior, so when you introduce an air of mystery, it disrupts their sense of predictability and control. By deliberately withholding certain information about your life, plans, or thoughts, you trigger their desire to figure you out. For example, instead of being overly transparent, you might drop vague statements like, "I've been working on something exciting, but it's too early to talk about it yet." This will make them obsessed with finding out more, and they will start seeking your attention, often without realizing they are being manipulated. The mystery works to your advantage because narcissists hate being in the dark. They need to feel as though they know everything, especially when it concerns you. This strategy plays into a narcissist's insecurities and ego, making them feel that there's something important they need to control or possess. When you appear elusive or mysterious, you position yourself as someone they cannot easily figure out or dominate. This creates psychological tension that compels them to try harder to win your attention, admiration, or approval. Instead of being completely available or transparent, you provide just enough information to keep them intrigued, but never enough to fully satisfy their curiosity. This tactic prevents them from feeling like they have complete control over you, making them work harder to understand you, all the while feeding into their obsession with superiority. The mysterious advantage strategy effectively keeps them on edge, making them more likely to pursue you or behave in a way that aligns with your goals without them ever realizing they are being manipulated. Conclusion. Now that you know these psychological tricks, you'll never feel powerless around a narcissist again. Remember, it's not about manipulating them, it's about protecting yourself and regaining control in a way that keeps you safe. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and let me know in the comments which trick are you going to try first. See you in the next one.